Have you ever wondered how to sail a Catalina 22 solo? Welcome to the world of single-handed sailing, where the wind, the waves, and your wits are your only companions. Nestled in the heart of this adventure is the Catalina 22, a compact sailboat that's become a favorite among solo sailors. Why? The Catalina 22 strikes a rare balance. It's small enough for one person to handle, yet spacious enough for comfort on those longer voyages. But sailing solo is more than just a test of skill. It's a test of preparation, especially when it comes to safety, be it a sudden change in weather, an unexpected equipment failure, or just the sheer unpredictability of the sea. Sailing solo demands a keen understanding of safety protocols. Today, we'll guide you through the steps to manage a Catalina 22 solo. So grab your life jacket and let's get started. Before setting sail, it's essential to ensure your boat is in top condition. To start, examine the hull for any signs of damage or wear. A little TLC here can go a long way in preventing leaks or other issues once you're out on the water. Next, give your rudder a once-over. It should move smoothly and without resistance. Moving on to your sails, make sure they're free of tears and that the stitching is intact. Your rigging also deserves a thorough inspection. Any frayed lines or loose fittings need immediate attention. Remember, these are your lifelines when you're out at sea. Now, let's talk safety equipment. Every sailor should have a life jacket, flares, a horn, and a VHF radio on board. And don't forget a first aid kit. You never know when you might need it. All right, with the boat checked and safety gear in place, we're ready. Now that we've prepared our boat, it's time to set sail. The tiller is your primary tool for steering the boat. Knowing how to handle it effectively is crucial. Let's dive into some key techniques to help you master the tiller on your Catalina 22. First off, remember that the tiller is not a car's steering wheel. To move the boat to the right or starboard, you'll need to push the tiller to the left or port. Conversely, to go left, push the tiller right. It might seem counterintuitive, but with practice, it becomes second nature. Now let's talk about maintaining control. A firm grip on the tiller is essential, but don't hold it too tightly. Overgripping can lead to fatigue and less responsive steering. Instead, hold the tiller with a relaxed grip, allowing for subtle adjustments. Adjusting the tiller's tension is also an important aspect of steering. If the tiller is too loose, the boat may not respond quickly enough to your movements. On the other hand, if it's too tight, it can be difficult to steer. Strive for a balance that allows for smooth and easy movements. Lastly, don't forget about the tiller extension. This handy tool allows you to steer from different positions on the boat, providing a better view and more control in various situations. Simply grasp the extension and move it in the same direction you would the tiller. With these techniques, you'll be able to steer your Catalina 22 like a pro. Managing the sails is a key aspect of sailing a Catalina 22 solo. It's the sails that catch the wind and transform it into the propulsion that drives your boat forward. Let's dive into the art and science of managing your sails while sailing single-handedly. To begin with, let's talk about raising the sails. This task is considerably easier when there's little to no wind. The main sail, the larger of the two sails, is hoisted up the mast using the halyard, a rope designed specifically for this purpose. The process is simple. Attach the halyard to the head of the sail, pull on the halyard to raise the sail, and secure the halyard once the sail is fully raised. Next comes the jib, the smaller sail at the front of the boat. This one can be a bit trickier as it needs to be unfurled, a term that means unrolling or spreading out. The unfurling process involves loosening the jib sheets and pulling on the furling line until the sail is fully extended. Once your sails are up and unfurled, you'll need to adjust them according to the wind conditions. When the wind is behind you, let your sails out. If the wind is coming from the side, you'll want your sails in a midway position. In headwinds, pull your sails in tight. Now, lowering the sails is just as important as raising them, especially when you're faced with strong winds or rough seas. To lower the sails, release the halyard and gently let the sail descend, making sure to keep control of the sail as it comes down to prevent it from flapping wildly. Remember, managing the sails effectively requires practice and a keen understanding of the wind's direction and strength. It's a delicate dance between you, your boat, and the wind, a dance that can be immensely rewarding when performed correctly. By mastering these sail handling techniques, you'll be able to harness the power of the wind effectively. Stay tuned for the next scene where we'll delve into solo sailing strategies. But for now, happy sailing. Sailing solo requires a different approach than sailing with a crew. It's a dance of precision where every move counts and the spotlight is solely on you. To maintain control of your Catalina 22, you must become a master of multitasking, steering, adjusting sails, and keeping an eye on the horizon, all simultaneously. It's a demanding task, but with practice, it becomes second nature. When unexpected weather hits, your response needs to be swift and decisive. Lower your sails if the winds get too strong. Remember, it's better to be safe than sorry. And if the seas become too rough, head for the nearest safe harbor. Never underestimate the power of the ocean. In an emergency, your safety equipment is your lifeline. Always have your life jacket on and ensure your VHF radio is within reach. It's also a good idea to keep flares and a first aid kit handy. Remember, preparation is key. In solo sailing, it's not just about controlling the boat, it's also about controlling your mind. Stay calm, stay focused, and never lose sight of your goal. It's a test of endurance, but also a journey of discovery. Adopt a proactive approach. Anticipate changes in the weather, the waves, and the wind. Be ready to adapt because in solo sailing, there's no room for complacency. With these strategies, you'll be ready to handle whatever your solo sailing adventure throws at you. Sailing a Catalina 22 solo is an exciting and rewarding experience. The thrill of managing the tiller, the joy of adjusting the sails, the satisfaction of maintaining control in various weather conditions, all of these elements combine to create an unforgettable journey. Remember, practice makes perfect, and safety should always be your top priority. Equip yourself with the right knowledge and gear, and you'll be navigating the open seas with confidence. So there you have it. Now you're ready to set sail on your solo adventure. Fair winds and following seas.